Okay, welcome everyone to the third session. My name is Raj and I'm a student at IISc. So today we'll do the week one and week two quiz assignments, solutions. So in case, we have any doubts regarding that, we can clear it off. And if time remains, we'll get into the week three lecture, lecture videos. All right. Um, Before we get started, so there was one question last time that was still unclear. The ID, use of ID and all of that. I have not yet confirmed it, so I'll try to do it by next week. Yeah. So we have one more session left, so we'll do it next week. Okay.
Sure.
Uh, just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Yeah. Um. Okay. Before we get started, Kushi, do you have a question or something to clear? Uh, okay. Seems like my mistake, maybe. Fine. Yeah. So we'll go question by question. In case something is unclear, we can take a longer time on that. Um, so which of the following the first first question, which of the following are invalid variable names in Python? So here again, any variable name starting from a number is not allowed. This is okay, but this is not, right? And special characters like hash and those are not allowed. All right. So the exact rules of this, what is allowed, what is not allowed. I'm not sure if it's been covered in the week lectures, but you can check it online. It's straightforward in that sense. All right. Any doubts here? Okay. Um, then which of the following operators have lower precedence than not in Python? So this again you will see in the operator precedence table. So we covered that a bit in the first session. So the answer is and. Okay. So let's say how would you figure this out? Let's say if you had to do that. So So let's say if you had to do something like mm, is not um, x plus 3 or something like that, x equal to 2 um, or x equal to minus 3, let's say, right? So, so here you can see that minus 3 plus 3. So if since so how would you figure out what the operator precedence is, right? For example, if not had a higher precedence than plus, right? Then it will the Python would evaluate not as a first operation, right? So not of minus 3. So that also you can check first. Let's just print not of x, right? So not of x is false. So that basically means that minus 3. It is so not when when you give when you give a integer or some a float number or stuff like that, it will basically check if it is 0 or not, right? And it gives a Boolean result for that. So here you can see print of not x is giving you false, which makes sense, right? Because minus 3 is not 0. So not of minus 3 gives you false. right? Uh, uh, Yeah. So then you can see here. So not of minus three. If this was false, then this plus three would have come some like four or something like that, right? But rather, what's happening here is that minus three plus three is getting added first, so that becomes zero. So not of zero is true. That's why A is becoming as true. Okay. So in this way, you can just write some simple expressions and see which operation is getting first getting evaluated based on the operator precedence. All right. Is that clear? Do we need more examples here? Let me know. Okay. Um, then what will be the output of the following code? So here we have been given A is 10 and B is 5, and A double star B percentage 3, right? So what is double star supposed to do? Any thoughts? Anyone?
Power off.
Power off, right? So here we are saying it is 10 double star 5 and then percentage 3. And what is percentage supposed to give you?
The remainder.
Remainder of the division, right? So in this case, let's call it Q2. Uh, Q3. Yeah. So very simplistic sort of a thing. So yeah. So 10. So it is 10 power 5. That is what? 10,000? No, 1 lakh, right? Yeah. So 1 lakh, when you divide by 3, what is the remainder, right? So that would basically be 1, right? Because 1 lakh minus 1 would be some numbers with 999 and all. So that will be obviously divisible. So the remainder will be 1, right? Which is exactly what we get, right? That's question 3. Any hopefully no doubts here. Um, Right. Then what we have is what will the output of the following snippet? Greetings is equal to namaste. Greetings underscore one is float of greetings. And then we're trying to say print type of greetings, right? Actually, let me just do this. Yeah. Um, Before, yeah. So greetings equals to namaste, right? Uh, and then greetings one equals to float of greetings. Okay, and print type of greetings one. Okay, so here when you run this code, basically what it will try to do, first it will assign namaste to greetings. There's no error there. Then we're saying convert this namaste into a float, right? So can we convert this namaste into float? Does it make sense to convert into any? Is there
No.
any floating point number which? Yeah, right. There's nothing in the floating point or the real number line which can represent this namaste in any way, and therefore this throws an error. What if I were to do something like this?
It's already in the float.
No, 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 no. So one second. Is greetings the variable greetings? Is it a string in this case or is it a float?
Sorry, it's a string.
String.
It's a string.
It's a string, right? So it's a string, and then when you do float of greetings, this will try to convert into a floating point number, which is possible to do. So therefore, it would do as 34.5. Otherwise, it will fail. Okay. So let's just see both of the scenarios. So namaste, for example, if I do this very clearly, we can see that you're getting the error here exactly in this line, right? Floating, I cannot convert to a string to float, right? Now, if I were to say 34.5, right? This gives us class of float. That is basically this one, right? So let me just, for the sake of brevity, yeah. So 34.5. So let's just see what is the type of greetings. That should be string, and print of, let's just do greetings one also. So here you can see that greetings is a string, greetings one is a float, and the value that it has is 34.5 in floating point. Greetings is a string. Okay. Hope that's clear. Okay. Question 5. Is there a okay? Question 5. So we have two variables, j equal to 6, g equal to 3.3. Um, if both normal division If both normal division and floor division operators were used to divide j by g, what would be the data type of the value obtained from the operators? So how do we do normal division?
The normal division will give the float value in 3.x, whereas in 2.x it will give it as an integer.
Normal division. Yeah, correct. But yeah, but we have, I think it's clear, right? You have to use 3.x.
Yes.
Right.
So then it's float.
Right. So but how do you do normal division?
Single slash.
Single slash, right? So j by g will give you normal division, and floor division is given by double slash g, right? So to find out, they're asking what is the data type of the value. So we do the division and then we want the type of the value. So here you can see that it will be float, right? Both are floats. What if I were to do 4? Yeah, 6 and 4. What would now, what do you think the answer would be now? The
Still
type
Float and integers.
float
still
and
float.
integer. So float and integer, right? So that is correct, because so in normal division, if any one of the operators is a float, then it will give you the float answer. Otherwise, it will give you an integer answer. Okay. Yes. Uh, okay. Next is, yeah. So what will be the output of following code snippet? So A is 10 in string in quotes, right? A is 10 in string. B is float of A plus 5. And result is basically str of B plus 1, 2, 3. And then we want print of type of result. Okay.
It's a
So A
string.
is right. The answer is string, right? The reason is, so A is 10 in string, but when you convert to float, it'll become float because it can be converted into float. So it'll become 10 in floating point number, then plus 5. So this B becomes 15 in floating point type. Then result takes string of B. So that 15 will be converted into string, and then we have plus 1, 2, 3. But this is a string operation. So the plus is between two strings. So it'll just try to concatenate the two strings into a new string, and that becomes the type of the result here, right? So let's just see what the final value that it holds also. So it's basically type is string, and str of b is basically it's going to give you a floating point representation, which is 15.0, and then 1.123 it gets added up in this string format. Okay. uh, Pannamanda, do you have any question? Otherwise you can mute yourself. Okay. Then let's go to question 7. What will be the output of the following code snippet? So A is 15, B is 3, C is 4. Okay. Then result is this. some very complicated math expression.
It's
Yeah,
22nd.
so sorry.
It's 22. Answer is 22.
Right. Answer is 22. So, what is the order of operations that will be performed here? That is I guess, a bigger question to be to be thought about. In this whole thing, there are, see, how many operations there are. There is a plus operation. There is a star operation. There is a double, slash, which is a integer, sorry, floor division. There's a percentage operation, and there's again a minus operation, subtraction operation. So among these operations, which will be the first one that will get evaluated in all of this?
Parenthesis.
Parenthesis, right? So a parenthesis gets the highest priority. So in that, again, we have a very simple operation, which is C percentage B. So what will be C percentage B in this case? So for 4 percentage 3 will be
1, sir, 1.
1, right?
1.
It's 1 is the remainder, right? So then, okay, so once we have this 1, let me just yeah. So this then gets formed as 1 here. Okay. So now we have again this expression. So here, what will get first evaluated?
Multiplication.
Multiplication or floor division?
Multiplication.
Okay. So let's verify how that happen. So let's say if I were to do 2 into 3, let's say divide by double division by 2, right? So if floor division was the first one to get evaluated, what will be the answer here? So 3 divided by 2 gives you 1. 2 into 1 will be 2, right? If star was the first one that would get evaluated, then what will happen? 2 into 3 is 6. 6 divided by double division by 2, that is floor division, will give you 3, right? So 3. So what is the first one that get if evaluated? Star, right? So I think as far as I know, division, floor division, and multiplication have the same precedence. So in that case, Python will take from left to right. Okay, as the first precedence. So here, the addition and subtraction have lower precedence than these two, which is fine. But among these two, they have similar. They have same. So it will be first multiplication and then floor division. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then what will happen here? You'll have B into C being done first. So B into C is 3 into 4, that's 12. So this expression becomes A plus 12 double division double slash 1 minus 5, right? Then now very clearly double who's talking? Um, yeah, so A plus 12 by 1 minus 5. So now very clearly this has the highest precedence. So here it will evaluate 12 by 1, which is basically what? 12,
12.
right? 12.
Yes.
So then this becomes 12 minus 5. Again, same idea here. Plus and subtraction have the same precedence. So it will be A plus 12 will get
27.
first evaluated, which is basically
27.
27, right? So 27, then minus 5, and this becomes 22.
22.
Okay. Is that clear? This is how you can, I mean, you would ideally want to solve this. I mean, you should try to understand how the things are moving ahead in the mathematical expression in Python. Hopefully this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go to question 8. So A is 4, A is 4, B is 5, and then we have this expression here, and what we want is A value to be printed. Okay, so A is 4, B is 5. Now what is the so in this case, what is the operator precedence? Any thoughts?
Right to left.
Right to left. Why right to left?
Sir, first B into 2 will be evaluated, then A into that whole expression will be evaluated.
Okay. So if I have something like this, then will 2 plus 3 be done first?
Yes, sir.
No, 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 no.
Multiplication will have the highest preference.
Correct. Yes. So, so see, basically, this is also think of this also as an operator, right? So star equal to has a lowest precedence, has a lower precedence compared to star and even addition also, right? So this will be done at the last. Then in the remaining two, which is higher precedence, star has higher precedence. So b into 2 will be evaluated first, then plus 3, and then star equal to will be evaluated. Okay. So again, so just so in Python, it's generally left to right, unless you have very complicated stuff like, for example, some parentheses or something which is causing the thing to shift towards it. Otherwise, it's always generally left to right. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Okay. So what will happen here? So I will first get A into equal to. So as people said, star has a higher precedence compared to this operator. So this will be done first. So B into 2 is 10.
10.
Right, 10. And this then gets evaluated. So this basically actually is nothing but is similar as A equals to A into 10. Right? So then A into 10. So A is 4. 4 into 10 is 40. So then A would become 40. Okay. So this is the
Okay.
idea here, right? A is 40. Sorry. Yeah, A is 40. Yeah.
A,
I'm sorry.
yes, sir. You are right,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And let's just see this example also, right? For example, P into 2 plus 3. If you have something like this, let's just start it somewhere else, right? So this will be basically end up doing 5 into 2, 10 plus 3 is 13. Then I will have A is equal to A into 13. So A is 4, 4 13 is 52. So this will be the, uh, this will get evaluated. This will be 52 in this case. Okay. Is that clear? So it's basically, so again, just remember we have three operators here. Star equal to is one operator, which is a shorthand assignment operator. Then you have another operator, which is multiplication, and then you have addition. So multiplication has a higher precedence than both of them. So this gets done first. Then addition has higher precedence than star equal to. So this will get done next. And then at last, a star equal to will get evaluated. Okay, fine. So this is question 8. Right. Question 9. So, fine. So we have something. So A is 3, B is 5. Yeah. So A is 3, B is 5, and then C is some complicated assignment, some Boolean expression here, right? So what will be done first, by the way?
From left to right.
And operator, sir, first.
Right. So here, so first we have precedence. First we have these parentheses coming up. So here you will have a equal to 3 will get evaluated as basically this is true, right? And then b equal to 5 is again true, right? Or and then a not equal to 3 is false, correct? A not equal to 3 is false. So now among these, what will have the first, what will get done first? Any
True
thoughts?
and true, true. True and true, true.
True and true, true, right? So
True.
this will be C equals to true or false. And then this will become basically,
True.
so what is the
True.
or operator going to do here?
True. True.
True. That's it, right? Okay, right. So this is question 9. Hopefully there's no issues here. Question 10. Right. Now let A, yeah, this we did sort of last class also. So A is 5. and then B is 3. So they are also given what is a binary representation. So A is 101 in binary, 3 is 011. The result of the following operation, which is A and B, right? So A, this is a bitwise AND operator. So this will basically do for every bit is going to do the AND operation. So here, the first bit from the left, right? From the right, right? So this is going to be 1 and 1. That's 1, right? So let's just do that here. 101, and then 1, so 011, and we're trying to do AND, right? So this basically is going to give you 1 and 1 is going to give you 1. Then 0 and 1 is going to give you 0, and 1 and 0 is going to give you 0. So this is in binary. This binary in integer representation is going to be basically just the number 1, right?
1 decimal.
Correct. Right. So this basically becomes your 1. Okay. Fine. Any doubts in the first quiz questions?
Sir, could you quick recap on the first 4, please? I missed those. I don't want the explanation. Just I want to see the answers.
So yeah, so again, just remember that everything is recorded. So this is all how we what we did about. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll go to
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I had a question. Which operator has the more precedence, and or?
I think both have the same, right?
Both are at equal level, sir. Logical operators.
Huh. Logical. Yeah, I think so. And or are same, but not has a higher of precedence than both and or. So then in that case, it will go from left to right because both and or have same. Yeah. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Um. So I'll again check and get back to you. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the next video, next class. Okay. We'll move to quiz 2. Yeah. So which of the following object does not support indexing? Tuple, list, dictionary, set. Any thoughts?
Set, sir.
Right.
Unordered.
Tuple, list.
Unordered.
It's an
Well,
unordered set collection of items, right? So there's no way to index items in this particular object, right? Dictionary is we at least have a key value pair, so you can use the key to index the dictionary. List and tuple both support integer level indexing, right? You can go any position in that object. Okay, fine. Yeah, how do you concatenate strings, data, and signs with the hyphen between them, right? So, yeah, so I think this was a bit unclear to multiple people. Let's just do one by one. Q2. Yeah, so let's just do this. So, any thoughts? What would this give?
sir, it will join these two strings, data science, continuously.
Continuously.
Yes, sir. After space
No,
between two
no.
words.
No. That won't be. That will be only if you okay, we'll see why when that happens, but yeah. So here, can everybody see this? Yeah, okay. So see exactly what's happening here. S, then data, C, then data, then I, then data, E, data, N, data, and C, data. And remember, after E, there is no data.
It's iterating the elements of the signs one by one and adding that one, joining that.
Correct. And it's not just blindly just adding everything. Again, remember, last one doesn't have, right? So it's sort of like doing a separator sort of a thing, right? So for example, let's say if you want, I mean, we'll do that next itself, but yeah. So this is what is going to give you the space between, let's say, multiple words, right? Hello world, right? So if you do that, this is going to give you hello space world, right? And it's just until there. After the word afterward, there's no space again, right? So that is the use of the word use of this method called as join, which is basically a method for a string, right? So whatever string with which you call the join method, join function, that gets that becomes the like a delimiter sort of a thing. Okay, so dot join of signs is not right because it's going to give you this sort of a very weird string. Again, on the same lines, if I were to just do this hyphen and write data signs here, that's going to give you data hyphen sign, which is exactly what you want, right? You want to join data and signs with the hyphen between them, right? And this, the last one is the most simplest in the sense that uh, this is basically how the most naive way of doing this would be this, right? So where you say that you have a string and then you're basically concatenating that string with another string which has just one character in it, right? So this basically forms a new string which is data hyphen, and then that is again you're trying to concatenate with signs as a string. So you'll have data hyphen then signs. Okay, so that's exactly what we want. So hence the answers are to second option and third option. Okay, any doubts here? Any thoughts? Any questions?
No,
Yeah,
sir.
sir, I had one doubt.
Yeah.
I want to see if like this join function works on list too. Like make a list of data and science elements and then just write inside of join list.
That is correct. That will work, right? Because basically, so what is join doing? So see, the input to join has to be some sort of an iterable, right? So if you basically what you're saying is, I will just name the list like this, and then say print, hyphen dot join of L. This also works. The last one you can see is the last operation.
Okay,
This
sir.
also works. Yeah. So basically, it's just that you need to pass an iterable quantity in some sense. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah. Uh, just a moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other doubts, thoughts here? No? Fine. So we go to question 3. Yeah. So we covered this dot operator last time. Any? Oh, there's an image. Great. So so what does dot operator do when you're passing these as matrices in some sense? We discussed this last
Multiply.
time. What is, yeah,
Dot
multiply, but
product of
what
two arrays.
Element wise, sir. Element wise. Positional element wise.
element wise? Is that what dot product will do? Is that what dot will do? How many agree
First
that
element
it's
of first
element
array,
wise?
second element.
Do the multiplication.
Multiplication
What
of array
multiplication?
elements, sir.
Array multiplication. Matrix multiplication.
Matrix multiplication. Yes, right. That's exactly what it
Vector
is, right?
multiplication.
Right. So this is basically int of C. Yeah. So yeah, this is what yeah, this was going to come. But let's just see if I can get this working. Okay, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so mm, ah, So basically, this is trying to do a matrix multiplication. So it's a 2 cross 2 matrix. We have two 2 cross 2 matrices. So here these are, of course, these are matrix multiplication compatible. So what we'll at the end get is a 2 cross 2 matrix again. So here you're going to do 1, 2, and then 5, 7. So right, so this is going to be 5 plus 1 into 5 is 5. 5 plus 14 is what, 19, right? Then you will do this, um, this and this, right? So this will give you 6 plus 16, that's 22. Then you will go ahead and do this 3, 4, and 5, 7, right? So 15 plus 28, um, 38, 43, right? And then lastly, you will do this, right? This and this, it's done. Okay, so that's 18 plus 32, that's 3, 4, 5, 3. Is that correct? Yeah, okay, right. So so this is what dot operation is going to do, right? So if you were to do something like this, right? So that's, let's do A into B. I think this does element wise. So print of C. Yeah. So this is basically element wise. So you can see so 1 into 5 is 5. That's your first element, right? Next is 2 into 6. 2 and 6 here. That becomes your 12 and so on. Okay. So a simple star operation, if you do between two numpy arrays, that's going to do element wise. If you do dot, that's going to do and we also discuss it can do a host of other things. In this case, because both the arrays are two-dimensional arrays, so this basically is equivalent to doing a matrix multiplication. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Q3. Yeah, so now we have A's. So A is NP dot A range. So what does A range do? What is A range operation function?
It generates a sequence. It generates a sequence.
It will,
Sequence.
yeah, it will generate up to 0 to 9. 0 to 9.
Correct. 0 to 9, right? So you give it whatever number it has, it will generate from 0 to that. And I think it does take a start operation. Yeah, start also. So you can do start, stop, step, anything like that, right? So all of those are supported. So here, so in this case, what will happen? A will be an array of 10 numbers going from 0 to 9, right? Now, B is equal to A of 1 to 5. So what will be B array in this case? What will
It's a
the
slice.
I'm sorry,
It's a sliced one from the
it's a
element from 1 to up to 4th.
1 to 4. That's correct, right? So that's going to be 1 to 4 because again, remember, 1 means second element. So from second element up to the fifth element inclusive, right? That is 1 to 4. Okay. Then B of 0 is 10. So B of 0 is basically we are setting the first element of B to 10. So that becomes B of 0 is 10, as you can see here, the first element is 10. But did that change the array A? That is,
Yes, original array will be changed.
version array has been changed, right? So that's basically, this is exactly what's happening here, right? So A has become 0, 10, 2, 3, right? The second element of A was 1 before, and now it has become 10. Okay. That's how
Because,
this is
yeah, because
working.
both are pointing to the same object.
Same object, right? That's the idea. Yeah. But again, remember in lists, it's not the case. So if you were to make a slice of a list, that's a different thing compared to assigning a list value exactly, right? So remember these two distinctions. NumPy arrays are a bit different than Python lists. Okay, fine. Question 5. So with the following code, right? So here we have set elements 1, 2, 4, and 5. Right? L is an empty list first for I in range of length of S, right? L plus equals 1 plus I, right? Okay. First of all, again, these two lines are fine, right? So S is is a set of 4 elements. L is a list, empty list for now. A range of length of S. So what is length of S in this case?
It's a 4. So it will generate 0 to 3.
Correct. Yes. So length of S is 4. It's basically the number of elements in the set. So then range of 4. So range of 4 basically will be from 0, 1, 2, and 3, right? So let's see that in action. Yeah. So I is first 0. All right. Now what we're doing here, so 1 plus I basically is the it will be 1, right? Now that is basically an element of a list. That list is a singleton list. Basically, it has only one element, right? And then you evaluate the plus equal to operator, right? So that would basically do that. This will basically get expanded as L equal to L plus 1 plus I. So in this case, 1, right? So this becomes a list concatenation operation. So list first is an empty list, and then you're adding this one element in this list. So this becomes a new list which has just one element, and that gets assigned to this L. Okay. So then yeah. So as you can, then we'll see here. Let's see. Yeah. So L is a singleton element, which has singleton list, right? And then I is now 1. So again, we are adding 1 plus I, which is 2 in this case. So that keeps on happening until 4 times, right? So that's exactly what the answer is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is that clear?
Sir, yeah.
Okay. Then let's go to U6. Yeah. So we have two sets. So here 2, 3.0, 3, and 7.5, 4. So by the way, uh, can set have different objects as its elements?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So hence this particular sort of an assignment is no problem, right? Just like in tuple, in list, a set also can have any kind of elements in it, right? And here, this operation that we are using here, um, uh, straight line, that is basically the union operation between two sets, right? So we have two sets. This basically does the union operation. So what that basically means is that any element which is repeated will be counted once, and whichever are not repeated will also be present in this union, right? So that basically gives us the this operate this. Which is, 5 is again. So second option, right? So it's 1, 3.0, 5, 4, 10, and all of the elements which are not repeated also. Okay, fine. What will be uh, A and B?
27.5.
Right. And that will be a set. So it will be a singleton set with one element, which is 27.5. Okay, fine. So this basically gives the elements which are common between the two sets.
Sir, the catch in this
Now,
question is, hello.
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
The catch in this question is, sir, 3.0 and 3 is considered same actually, and only once it is appearing in the output.
Right, right, correct. That's true. Yeah, I myself missed that. Yeah, so yeah, that's correct. So you'll have only 3.0 and 3 are taken as same. Though they are two, I mean, they are different here in the sense that one is a integer, one is a float, but at the end they represent they represent the same value, right? So let's just see if you were to do something like this. What is A here? So A itself, so here itself that commonness is checked here, right? Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Welcome, sir.
Okay. Then let's say Q7. So we have two tuples. A T1 is um, 1, 2, tuple and 4. T2 is 5, 6, and 7. Which of the following will not give any error after the execution. So T1 dot append of 5. So that's basically trying to change the tuple, but tuples are immutable, right? So if I were to do T1 dot append, it won't even, yeah, won't even work, right? So it's going to give you that there's no attribute called append because tuples cannot be modified, right? I'm sorry.
Immutable.
Yeah, it's immutable, right? Right. Then what I have is T1 of 1 and then T2 of whatever this returns, right? So T1 of 1 is going to give you this is the first element, second element is 2, and T2 of 2 is 7, right? So this also is not going to give you any error. And let's just see what X is. Yeah, that's 7. Okay. So there's no error here also. This is one of the accepted answers. T3 is T1 plus T2. So again, so here plus will basically work as a concatenation operation, right? So this is going to give you, yeah. So it's basically going to give you the first tuple that is T1, 1, 2, tuple, and 4, and then concatenate with another tuple, which is 5 and 6 and 7. Okay. So this is also fine, not a problem here. T3 is equal to T1 comma T2, right? Uh, so what is T3 here? So what do you think T3 will hold here? Will it be concatenation of the two tuples?
No, it's a nested tuple.
It's a nested tuple. That's right, right? So this basically this T3 has two elements. It's a tuple of two elements. And the first element is again a tuple. Second element is also a tuple, right? So as you can see here, you have two brackets here coming up, right? So it's two elements. So first element is a tuple, that's T1 list, T1 tuple, and T2 tuple, right? So with this, then this should be straightforward. This is basically you're converting that uh, individual tuples into a list and then putting it into a T3 tuple, right? So that becomes so as you can see here with the brackets. So we have two elements in this tuple. The first element is a list of four, the first tuple, and second is again a list of the second tuple. Okay, fine. So hopefully this should be okay. Then let's go to Q8. Yeah, so T is some dictionary. Which of the following will not give error after the execution? So D of 2 dot append of 4, right? So what will D of 2 do, by the way? So what is D of 2? If I were to run D of 2, what would I get?
2, 3.
1, 2, 3, sir, in bracket, list item.
As a list. That's correct, right? So D of 2 will be the list, which is 1, 2, 3. And then you can always append an item to the list, right? So this will not give you any error, right? By the way, will it change the dictionary D?
It will change.
No, sir, dictionary will not change, but
It will change
list will
because it's a
So okay. So when I say dictionary, will it change? I mean either the key or the value, anything.
yeah, it will change.
value.
It will change, right? So again, see, D of 2 is basically that list. So it's present in some memory location, right? So we're just saying that location, and then we're saying append of 4 to that. So that location is unchanged in any way. So that hence D of 2 will also get changed in this case. Okay. So but again the question is it will not give an error. That's correct. So D of 2 dot append has no error in this. Then X equal to D of 0. Uh, uh, Again, so D is a dictionary, it's not a list, right? So here we are able to get D of 2 because 2 is a key in the dictionary. There is no key in the dictionary with the value of 0, right? Unlike list, which is indexed by integers, right? A dictionary is indexed by its keys, right? So there's no key of 0 here. This will give you an error, right? So it says very straightforward key error of 0. Okay, so this is going to give you an error. Then we have another D of 1 equals to 1. So this will also not give you an error, right? Because we're just trying to create a new element in the dictionary D, right?
Yes.
So here, what will happen to D? So D has two keys in this
One,
when we made it.
It will have another key as well.
we have
Three
key
keys.
value pair will be added.
Right. So again, remember this one and this ONE1 are two different things for Python. So it will basically create another. Oh, not printed. So it will create another key with the key being 1 and the value being the integer 1. Okay. The key is a string ONE and the value is the integer 1. Okay. So again, no error in this also. And then we have d dot update. 1 or 2, right? So again, any thoughts? What's going to happen here?
The value will
This
get changed from 1 to 2.
correct.
Going to add new pairs.
New pair. That's correct. Depending on if you run both of them or not, whatever. So, but the idea is that D is going to have three keys at the end of the day, and the third key will be ONE1, the string ONE, and with the value being 2, right? So D dot update is a way to update the entries or the data present in dictionary D with another dictionary. So this is basically a different dictionary. So this D gets updated with whatever is present in this dictionary. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here, right? So if this one had another thing, let's say 2 10, right? Because your key is now same, so D also has a key of value 2, and this dictionary which you want to update also has a key of value 2. Whatever the value is present here will get over sorry whatever value is present initially will get overridden by whatever is presented in the update argument, right? So with this, what will happen? You'll have 2 as 10. We had made it with a list of 1, 2, 3, but now it'll have a list of 111, which is 10. Okay, fine. So again, so first option, third option, and fourth option, neither of them will have any error in execution. Okay. Right. So then let's move ahead with question 9. Which of the following data type is immutable? List, set, tuple, dictionary. Tuple is the one which is immutable, right? List can be changed, dictionary can be changed, and set can also be changed. Do you remember why set can be changed? How can you change a set, by the way? If you can't index it, how do you plan to change it?
Add by add function, sir. Add method.
Add, exactly. So add function, discard function, remove function. So we have many such things here. So where you can use it to update the set, right? So print of s, and if I do that, you can see here 0 is being added in the set, right? And you can use discard, you can use remove, and so on. All right. So this closes question 9.
Raj,
Question
quick
10.
question. Sorry
Yes,
to interrupt.
go. No, go ahead.
Okay, so let's say that we want to create a single element of a list.
Single element of a list. Okay.
Okay, list is represented using a square bracket, right? So I can say L is equal to square bracket of 10, let's say 10.
Okay.
And then we can say type of L, it will show it as a list, right?
Yep.
Okay, so how do we create a single element of a tuple?
did you try that and you're asking me?
Yes, yes. So that's what I'm just getting up. Yeah. So in this case, it will throw out it will not throw out an error, but it will say as an int. My question
Yeah.
is, the tuple is represented using the bracket, right? Okay, not the square bracket, the another one. But why the data type is showing it as int rather than the tuple? So to represent the single element in a tuple, we need to have a comma after that. I'm not sure why that notation is in Python.
So see, the reason is this because in this bracket, ideally the point is that this will get evaluated in some sense. It's a parenthesis. So when it evaluates this particular uh, uh, you know what's present inside it is basically just a number 10, right? So this expression as such, round brackets of 10, basically just means 10, right? So now to allow us to differentiate between that tuple, single element tuple and this one, this comma operator will basically tell you that. So then what happens is this round bracket will now look at it as, okay, it's not parenthesis, it's not a single thing that's present. It's actually a tuple. It's actually a collection of items, and that collection is a immutable thing, which is in our language tuple. So that's the reason it has to be that way. Otherwise, Python can get confused between these two. Just a bracket of 10 and bracket. Why should that be a tuple versus not? That is the big question.
Thanks.
Is that? Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Uh, Yeah, so even so in set also it's fine. The set also can have something like this, right? This will be a single element set, right? Only tuple has this extra thing that you need to handle because of the parenthesis being a operator also, which takes in precedence and all of that. Okay,
Sir,
fine.
I have one question. How to define
Yeah.
an empty set and dictionary without using set and dict function?
Again, that's the thing, no? Because this empty so empty brackets ideally would have been the best way to do it. But then I think by default, what Python does is this will take it as a dictionary.
Yes,
Yeah. So you can just do print of type of X.
it's a dict.
Uh, it's a dict, right? So you can do an empty dictionary like this, but set is not possible. So set you have to do X equal to set function. I mean, that's what I know. Yeah. So that's how when I do it. So that's the empty set has to be done in this way. Dict you can do. Is that
No,
okay?
sir. Only the state don't have any this symbolic notation to create empty set.
Correct, exactly. So because set and dictionary both are using the similar sort of notation, so hence it becomes challenging to understand what is that emptiness supposed to represent. Is it a dictionary or set?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for
Yeah,
resolving my confusion.
yeah. Okay. Oh, question 10. So student is a uh, dictionary, right? Uh, which has uh, two, three keys. Yeah. So name is Jane, right? Age is 25, and the courses that the particular student is taking is presented here, right? So that's uh, math and statistics, right? So now, um, so which of the following will return? So we want to see what this will what can morph this particular dictionary into this dictionary, which is basically name is Jane, so that is fine. This is should remain unchanged, right? Remain same, right? Age has to become 26, so change should happen here. Courses has to be math and statistics, so should remain same. And then I need another new key, which is phone, right? So new key with phone, right? So then you can see one by one what will basically help us do this sort of a stuff. So student update age of 26 is only going to change the age, right? We also want the phone number. We also and we also want the phone number, right? So that's not going to work. So then we have student dot update age of 26 and phone being 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this works. That's fine. Student of phone is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then you're updating the dictionary with the new dictionary, right? So the change between the difference between these two is basically here you're making a new dictionary first inside the argument, and that then updates all the keys at once. Here you're first making a key in the student dictionary and then updating with another dictionary which is just has the age as a element, right? So both of these would be correct. That is this first option, and this whole thing is the second option, which is third option, sorry, right? Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, question 11. Let's say name is Mahesh, L is empty list for I in name, L dot append I dot capitalize. Okay, and then you're saying print of S. Okay, so so name is a string. Find L is an empty list for I in name. So when you do I in name, this sort of a for loop will basically iterate over the elements. There is a characters of the string, that is M, then small a, small h, and so on. And then what you're doing is before you append the element into the list, you're capitalizing the string, right? So each of the elements gets capitalized and then is added into a list, not a string again, right? So L is again a string only at the end of the day. So it's going to be a list of all the characters in the name Mahesh, with every character being capitalized, right? So that's going to be MA, the first option, MAHESH, right? So we
Capital
can
letter.
see that in caps, right? So we can see that in action here. So yeah, so first I is M and L is empty. Uh, so L becomes one. M is already capital, so that's going to remain the same. Next I is A, small a, and that gets added up as a capital A in the list, right? So this happens for uh, all the elements in the string. Okay, so this is question 11. Uh, then yeah, question 12. Um, yeah, so A is np dot array of range of I comma I plus O, or I in 1 3 and 5. Okay, um, so we'll do it a bit differently. Yeah, uh, yeah. So this how many of you know what this sort of uh, loop is called?
List comprehension.
List compression, right?
Least
So
comprehension.
here, right, that's correct, right? So basically, I'm not sure if it was it covered in the video lectures?
No, sir. No, sir. Least comprehension is not covered in the list in the
Ha,
discussion.
ha. Basically, it's sort of saying something like this, right? So let's say if you had to do something like this, yeah. So L equal to empty list for I in some range of 10. L dot append of I. I mean, better is to do this, but okay. So let's say, okay, let's take this. Yeah. So basically, what you want is you want to iterate over uh, some iteration, right? Some iterable quantity, some sequence, and then you want to do some operation to that particular number in that sequence and then append it to a list, right? So the way to write this in a shorthand format is something like this. You can write it as the for. So the iteration becomes uh, what are you are trying to iterate over, that becomes here, that comes up here, range of 10. And then what you want to do in the loop, right? Before appending, right? So that becomes the element here. Okay, so this is a way of writing this up in a bit different way, right? So here we're saying that it's so here I goes from, I mean, in this range of 10, which is basically 0 to 9, and then what you want to append in the list, that operation you will put it here, right? This could be anything, but again, that's the idea, right? So this sort of uh, makes the code a bit efficient in some ways, right? So so in this, so basically, if you see something like this, right? So this equivalent to doing, what is that? Yeah, so this is, I say version 1. This is version 2. So these two are the uh, stuff that is equivalent. So in this case, this part, that is the list part, is basically saying something like this. That is, let's say L is empty list. So now I will do for I in 1, 3, and 5, right? And then L dot append of what? Of this range of I comma I plus 4. This is exactly what this is doing. And then A, right? A becomes NP dot array of L, right? So these two are equivalent. Okay. Uh, is that clear?
It was a
Is a
bit quick. Could you please elaborate more?
Yeah. Uh, is is this part clear though? Um, leave this for now. Is this part clear? What we were talking about in the versions here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, let's say you have something to do in this form, where you want to create an empty list and then you want to iterate over some sequence and you want to just append an element in that list uh, after doing some operation, right? So that this is one way of doing it. The equivalent version of that is basically doing using this list comprehension sort of an idea. Okay. Um, by the way, this is not just for list comprehension. You can do this for set also, for dictionary also. Okay. So let's say I were to do something like let's say v1 is s equal to set for I in range of 10, s dot add. Oh, this. Let's not discuss it. Yeah. S dot add is basically I this one. So now here I will just go through V2 and just call this L1. Compare all of these. So L2, yeah, S1, S1, and S2 is, you can write it in this form and say for I in range of 10. Okay. So I, yeah. And let's do another one for dictionary. I've never had to do it for tuple, but let's see if that works. Right. So for I in range of 10, D1 of I equals to right? Versus let's say in V2, this is going to be D2 equals to for I in range of 10. Here, remember again, in dictionary, you need key and value, right? So for that, what we'll do, we'll use I. So again, colon will separate the key and value. So I is the key that's here, and the value is I exponentiated with 2, right? So let's just see um, the results here. Okay, so as you can see, list 1, list 2 are exactly the same. S1, S2 are exactly the same, and D1, D2 are also the same, right? So they basically these three these sort of try to make your code a bit more simpler and maybe a bit more efficient also, right? Uh, okay, so is this idea clear? What list comprehensions are and what do they represent in basic in the equivalent versions?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, fine. So now with that in mind, let's look at the um example that we have been given, right? So here, um, so let's, let me just make this in this way. Ha. So right. So this is basically a list comprehension construct that we have, and that whatever list you're making is getting is basically being used as a argument in the array function, the numpy array function. Okay. So let's just see what the list is first. So that in the same way, if you were to write in the simple for loop function, for loop method, you will see this basically means L is an empty list first. This for iterable becomes the colon, the first statement here, and then whatever is the operation here that gets appended into the list. Okay, so this becomes the list that is here, and then you're passing that list as an argument in the numpy array function. Okay, uh, is this clear? We'll get to what A is, but is this clear?
Yes, sir. So far, so good, sir.
Okay, so this is fine. So now we'll look at what A is. So here, Uh, okay, so what are each of the elements actually doing, right? So for when I is 1, this is going to be a range object from 1 to 1 plus 4, which is 5, right? So 1 to 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when I is 3, this is going to be a range object from 3 to 7, 5 to 9, and so on, right? Basically, every time this range object has uh, I plus 1, I plus 2, I plus 3. Four elements in it, correct? So now we are saying that this is a list of range objects. So each of those range objects will then get, evaluated to form the numpy array, right? So that basically comes out as this array, right? So the first one, that is for when I is 1, that becomes 1 to 5, a range of 1 to 5, which is 1 to 4, that becomes this first row of this array, numpy array. Then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 5, 6, 7, 8 from 5 to 9. Okay. Uh, is that clear? So it's this list is actually a list of range objects. Range object by itself, remember, is a placeholder sort of thing for a sequence. Then when you're forming the array, that's
नहीं
going to
हम
form
तो यही
the
बोलेंगे ना, सुनिए, आप पे काम कीजिएगा, एक मशीन लर्निंग डीप लर्निंग
right. So this basically forms the sequence of three arrays, three range objects, and each of those range objects is basically having 4 elements in it, right? Uh, is this clear?
Yes, sir. Now clear.
Okay. So we're done with the two quizzes. Any doubts in any of the quizzes till now?
No, sir. So far, so good.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to
Yeah,
disturb you.
Balaji. No,
Sir,
go ahead.
could you please explain question number 5 of week 2 assignment once again, if you don't mind?
Question number 5
Yes, sir.
is okay, this one. Yeah, sure. So Yeah, we'll just this away. Ah, right. So again, see what's happening here is S is uh, a set of 4 elements, right? And L is an empty list. That's fine. Now, for I in range of length of S, so length of S is basically going to give you the number of elements in the set in the set. That is 4 here. Range of 4 is basically going to iterate your I, that's your variable here, from 0 to 3 inclusive, right? So it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Now, what is the operation that's happening here? I guess this is the major doubt confusion here. So uh, it's basically saying L plus equal to. Again, remember L, whenever we do plus equal to, it's basically saying it's equal to saying that we're trying to do something like L equal L equals to L plus whatever is here. Okay, that's going to be 1 plus I. Now, what we need to understand here is what is this 1 plus I? 1 plus I is again inside a square bracket. So that tells Python it's a list with one element. The element will be 1 plus I. Okay. So so then what happens in the first iteration? Yeah. So in the first iteration, because I is 0 and L is empty, this becomes a list of one element which is equal to 1, right? And then L becomes L plus. So when I is 0, this becomes this basically becomes L plus 1, right? L is empty. So this transforms to empty plus a single element that is 1. So now we are trying to concatenate two lists. One is empty, one is a single element that basically becomes a single element list. All right. So this is for the first time that happens. Um, then for the second time, right? Array. So for the second time, uh, yeah. So when second time I is 1, right? Now again we're trying to go. Will evaluate L plus what is the element that. So the list that we want to concatenate has one element, and the element is 1 plus 1. That is 2. That's going to become like this L plus 2, right? So this basically becomes. Let's choose this. Yeah. So previously L is what? It's just a single element that is 1, and then plus 2. Sorry, 2. This becomes 1 comma 2. Okay, and so on. So basically, what we're doing is we're just going through the I 1 over I mean from 0 to 3 inclusive. It's just adding that 1 every time here. So it's just going to become 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, is that clear, Balaji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. Good. I think we went quite fast. I thought it will take the complete 2 hours. Any doubts in the week 3 lectures? So we can take those now. Um, yeah, where are the week 3 lectures? Yeah. So about pandas data frames, then we have control structures and functions. Oh, okay. So here you will have if, else, elif, how to define a function, what happens in a function, and so on. And then visualization methods, that is scatter plots, bar plots, and so on.
Sir,
Any, yeah.
sir, could you take any data set and let's say that cars data set is already provided there,
Oh, oh
Toyota.
yeah, actually.
So could you, sir, work with this Toyota data set and go with each and every step, like cleaning the data set, filling the missing values, then creating the plots and all?
Sure. Let's yeah, so we have this practice assignment. So hopefully this should help trying to do something. Okay, yeah. So we can do this missing value wala part here. So, okay, question number 3 in the practice assignment is basically saying in the churn CSV data frame, what are the total number of missing values for the variable total charges? So first of all, let's just look at this data set here. So yeah, so some CSV file. So let's just download that. Yeah, we got that here. Okay, so now let's just do that here. Yeah. So let's do import pandas spd, and then pd dot read csv. I think directory is going to be download slash. Let's just do the whole thing. Slash, and the file name is what, churn.csv. Okay, churn.csv. Okay, this is a data frame. So now let's just look at the data frame first, right? Yeah. So print of df if I do, right? So I see here that there is some unnamed zero, something like that here. Then we have customer ID, and then we have some other columns and so on. Actually, why don't I just
Could you use
ship
Jupyter
that
for this
here?
demonstration? Sir, could you use
Jupyter?
Jupyter for this demonstration? Because stepwise we can look at into that.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I have Jupyter in this. 1 second. Okay, good. Let's say in week 3, and let's just a moment. Let's set up a few things here. Week 3, right? Okay, so we have the file here. Yeah, so let's just make a new Python kernel. Okay. Okay, so let's just do import pandas as pd, and then we have df is pandas dot pd dot read csv of, I think this should work as it is. Perfect. So now df. Okay, nice. So now you can see here, and let's just see if just Jupyter supported to look at. So this is the raw file. So if you were to open this CSV file from a text editor or so on, you'll see something like this, right? And you can also use Excel. Excel will hopefully understand that comma. It's a comma separated file, so it will basically give you nice little columns and for each comma, and this becomes your first row and so on. So right. So here, as you can see, the first uh, column has no name to it. Most likely that was the index of the pandas when this was saved. So what we can do is, we don't want to see this sort of a unuseful column as such, right? So what we can do is, we can basically, while reading itself, you can say index call equal to 0. And now if I do df, right? So this is actually the index that is present in the file. So now with this argument that index column is equal to 0, pandas is now able to understand, okay, this is the first column, and that's that's the index column, and the remaining is actually all the data that is present, right? Okay, fine. Now with this, again, see, I don't know exactly what all was taught in this lectures. I'm just telling you how I would approach the problem. Okay. Um, so then, okay, so what's the question that we have? So what are the total number of missing values for the variable total charges? So first, let's just see what are the columns, right? Uh, as you can see here, we have so many columns, 21 columns, right? 21 features in some sense. So we have customer ID, tenure, and so on and so forth. And we have a column called as total charges, right? All good. So df of total charges, that gives us this particular column, right? Um, and it seems like it has some values, okay? But what we want to check is the total number of missing values. So that can be done in multiple different ways, okay? Um,
Sir, in
so
lectures it is
yeah,
covered that is null dot sum.
okay. Let's just do that. So pd dot is null uh, of df dot this one is going to give you, so basically what
No,
is
sir.
null does. Sorry.
No, sir, not like this. DF of total charges dot is null dot sum.
Okay. It's similar. Both are fine. Is not. Is that what you're saying?
Dot sum. Huh.
Okay, fine. Uh, so first of all, so what isNull does is basically it checks for each element in that row or whatever you pass in here. Is that a null value or not? Right. So null could be anything like a nan, and there are also some other things like not NAT. That is basically not available time. Right. So not a NA could be not applicable, or NAN could be not a number, or NAT could be not a time, and so on and so forth, right? So basically, all of that is handled by pandas in this method called as isNull. Okay. So now, and see, you can do in any of these methods, not a problem. Uh, so it's going to give you? It's going to give you for every row. It's going to give you whether it is a false or true. So it will be true if the value is null. Otherwise, it'll give you false. So now, very simply, if you want to count the total number of values that are null, you can just do is dot sum, right? That's the idea of using dot sum here, right? So that will give you 15. Okay. So now let's say you want to know which are the rows where that null was present, right? Let's say you want to find out that sort of a thing. So then what you will do, you will say, okay, df, and yeah, you can do this also. Total charges dot is null, right? Um, Now this is going to give you the a as we saw, it's giving you false or true for every row, right? You want to see which rows have null. So this becomes sort of like the index in the data frame. So what you can do is df.loc lock of this, right? So this tells you again, see here, uh wait a minute. Correct, yeah. So total charges is after monthly charge. Here we go. Yeah. So you can see here that there are 15 rows, right? When I do df.log of this particular, a set of a sequence of values which is false or true and so on. So as you can see here, all of the values that are null are NANs. Here, total charges column is all of these rows are the ones which are sort of your culprits where there's no value for this total charges, right? So God, fine. So yeah, as you can see here, so these are the 15 rows where your the value called total charges is null, and then you can do further things. For example, let's say you can go back to this customer and then try to see what failed or what didn't work and so on. Okay. um This is one way, one sort of diversion that I took. What else do you guys want to know? Um, we can let's just see if something else is uh, plots and all. Um, so let's say, for example, you want to know how many of these, these entries in this row were paid by bank transfer or paid by electronic check or paid by credit card and so on. How would you do that? Any thoughts?
To segregate, no, sir.
Sorry?
The value credit means what are the values you have? You want to segregate that, no? Credit card, all data,
Correct?
bank
Yes.
transfer, another category, you know?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Value counts you can use.
Value counts.
DF
That's
of
exactly.
value counts.
DF of, yes, go ahead.
DF of that column name
Yeah.
dot value counts, value underscore counts,
Yes. Yeah.
and dot sum, I guess.
This should be enough. Right? So value
Yes,
counts
sir.
basically tells you, yeah. So in this particular yeah. So by the way, so when you have a 2x2 sort of a thing that is a data frame, in pandas data frame, every column and every row is called as a series, right? So in this, when you're doing this DF of payment method, there's actually a series object that you can see. Yeah, so this is a series object. The object name is total charges, which is a column name, and then it has other attributes. For example, let's say what's the length and what's the type and all of that. Um, yeah, so here dot value counts is basically going to give you how many rows are present in this data frame with whose payment method is electronic check. Right? So here in this case, it's 80. And then, for example, bank transfer 65 and so on. So then you can see, what sort of how many of your customers are, paying through electronic check and so on, right? That sort of a thing you can do there, right? Then again, obviously same thing you can do with gender and see, what is your split of your customers. Is it female heavy or male heavy? Then you can do other things here, senior citizen, partner, and so on. Yeah. Any other?
Sir, sir,
Yeah,
if you want to change the data type of a column, how we are going to check? First, we need to we need to know that which data columns we need to change and how we are going to change it.
change.
Data, data type of a column.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah. So for example, let's say the monthly charges wala thing, no? So DF of, let's say, monthly charges. So that you can see here is, I think D type itself works. Yeah. So this itself is float 64, right? Now let's say if you want to make it into int, for example, right? So DF of, let's say,
Sir,
monthly
let us,
charges,
sir, please check the data types of all the columns first.
all the columns. Yeah, you can do that, I think, by D type itself or D types. I think.
I guess
Ah,
info, df dot info.
I mean, yeah, this also works, right? So you can use D types itself, and for each column you'll get whether it is a object, it's a float, and so on. So here it's taking it as object for whatever reason, right? Is that clear? Or you can use basically df.info. Is it what's the method? Right. So yeah, you can see here again, similar sort of thing, where you have column and or it also provides other stuff that is not null count and then d type, right? Uh, and so you can see total charges is 242 are not null, which is basically 257 minus 242, that is 15, which are null, which is exactly what we got in is null.sum. Okay, so this basically gives you the d type of each of these columns, right? Um, uh, let's say Yeah, Balaji, go ahead. You have a doubt?
Sir, and add on to that, like how to find like just only female entries in these, along with the payment method, monthly charges and all, like just only bifurcating only female infos in this, like all the rows. How to get that
Ha,
count?
ha. So, in that, what you can do is, for example, let's say column name is gender, right? Yeah. So gender equals to female. So this basically is again a sequence of values which are basically either true, false, or true or false, right? So wherever it's exactly equal to the word female, again, this is basically the string issue. If it is exactly the word female, you will get true, otherwise you'll get false. Now you can use this as an index in your data frame, right? So let's say I'll call this as female index, right? And then df.loc, again, same idea. We did .loc previously also. We can do .loc again and say female IDX, right? So if you see that, we're getting all the female entries here. And we have
Yeah,
124 female entries. Sorry, go
got
ahead.
it, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. Thank
yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, Nasir, go ahead.
Uh, Very good evening to everyone and all. Sir, I was just watching the videos. For example, Madam was doing with respect to some Toyota cars, where one of the column variable was number of windows. So
Hmm.
some were in integer and somewhere in the string like 21 was in a word. It's a string. So then Madam converted. Now my question is, since in the data we are going to have lot of data. Now, there in that particular instant, Madam took example where she was able to see that no, there are some entries in words, and then we applied the logic and we converted to int. Now, my question is, if we have got now, for example, the on screen itself, what you can what you are showing, so we can see the serial number 126, then it is jumping from 243 onwards. It means many in between we are not able to see. So in this case, where we have huge amount of data, how to know that, for example, number of window which should be integer, but since some of the things are just typed in the form of words, it will be in the form of object. So how to know, because we cannot see all this data one by one, we cannot check. So do we have any method no, that we are not able to see, but then also we should be able to rectify? Because when we go for info, let us suppose we are getting in place of int for number of windows, we are getting data type as int. In place of int we are getting a object.
Hmm.
So how to go about this one, sir?
So, okay. So for example, now in this case, let's say, mm, tenure is not. Ah, so for example, you can see here, right? For example, tenure is, this sort of a thing where you have some, seems to be some integers, but there are also some, let's say, words coming in and so on. Uh, so there is no easy way to do this. When you have a lot of data, you need to do things like, for example, let's say value count sort of things to summarize whatever data you have, and then look at case by case basis. So because then what you can do, uh, so 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 so, so let's say you have a idea that, let's say, tenure should be integer, right? But then if you were to try to convert it, let's say tenure dot as type of int, right? This will fail, right? So then what you will do, you can say, okay, fine. Then there's something else that's happening that I cannot see here. In case if you are not able to see here, then you can see, you can do things like value counts as a method and see, okay, what sort of values are present in this, sort of a thing. So then you can see, okay, oh, there's something called as ONE1, there's something called as FOUR4, and so on. So which is exactly what's not allowing the int to work, right? So then you would have to solve for it separately. You will have to, let's say, then do like a replace sort of thing. Is replace covered in the videos?
Yes, sir. Covered.
So then you will have
Estimates.
to do, yeah. So then you will do something like replace. You'll say, okay, replace one with one, and then four with four, uh, right? And I think this has should suppose in place operations. Okay, does. Now let's look at value counts again. Yeah, right. And then look at unique values, for example. So this, what you can do is you can have something like unique. This will tell you what are the unique values. So here it seems like everything is int. So let's just try this again. Perfect, right? So this became integer. That's the way to do it. I mean, that's how I have been doing it for a long time now. So you have to go through so basically try to summarize your columns, try to summarize your data in ways that can help you figure out where the issue is. Right, for example, like unique, what are the unique values present in this column, what are the value counts for them, and so on and so forth will tell you how where the problem is. For example, unique will tell you where the problem is, and value counts will tell you how severe the problem is. And then you can take a call on whether should you solve it, should you not solve it, and so on. Right? Hopefully that helps.
So one more doubt, one more query.
Yeah.
In week 3, there is one more syntax, no? That is when I just tried, it came as no, that is not there in the new version. That was all right. Sorry, continue. I'll just get back to you in 2 minutes. Kindly
Yes.
continue.
Yeah. Nishkarsh, you have a doubt?
So I had a doubt, like in monthly charges column, we saw multiple null values. So how
Yeah.
can I change those null values, like mean of other values, like average of other not null values?
You're asking how do you fill that value in some sense, right? You want to fill the nan with something.
Yeah, I have to fill that with the other values, sorry, the average of other values that are given in that same column. How can I
Okay,
do
okay.
that?
Yeah. Uh, so let's just go back to which is that column? Total charges. Okay, yeah. I'll just come back here. So yeah. Uh, so I think pandas has a fill any sort of a method. And I'm forgetting the exact syntax though. Let's just see if this can help us. Okay. So fill NA method. Mm, uh, it doesn't support taking the mean out of the box. Okay. So what you can do then is basically compute the mean separately. So you can just say df of total charges dot mean. So this gives you the value that you would want to fill. Let's say if you wanted to do the mean imputation sort of a strategy, and then you can say, okay, df of total charges dot fill NA of this value that is mean, and I think this supports in place. So in place equals to true. Okay, so now df of total charges. Okay, this will not give us anything. Let's go back and see whether things are filled. So that would be with the null is null something, right? So yeah. So now all the nan values which were there here are filled with the mean value that was there, and with so hence there are no null values remaining. And to verify exactly whether that happened or not, what you have to do ideally is something like this. Oh, we changed it in place array. Arrow. So we'll read df. This second one second. So what we'll do, okay. So again, just remember 15 values were null. Let's save this index actually. So let's say we'll call this total null index, right? Okay. And you can see here it's all nan. Now let's try the approach that we had. So which is basically this. So yeah. Huh. So now, so see, this is the so this is basically the null index columns that we have. So basically 14th index, 14th row, 42nd row, and so on, right? So now what we'll do, we'll fill this and then rerun for that same index only, right? And see what's happening here. So 14th row now has a total charges value of 2267 point whatever, right? Which is exactly what the mean of this values were. Okay. Is that clear? Was one
Yes.
Nishkash? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nasir, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, in lecture 3 of data frame, that is
Okay.
frame 2, in the slide, what Madam was discussing regarding the counts, data types count, she gave the syntax get underscore d type underscore counts. When I
Okay.
just ran this, it came as no, that is not there in the new version. And then I
Okay.
just checked ChatGPT, it gave us data frame. Then it said as it is removed in the latest version, the what get underscore d types underscore counts. So in place of
Acha.
that, now we data frame dot d types dot value underscore counts. Okay,
Okay.
so now my query is now like this even in I think second week or first week also we had the. So now when we are going to have exam, whether this update the one which is removed, can we be assured that those question or will not be there because when it is removed, no, so we'll hardly pay attention on that particular thing. That is one point. And the second point is in week 4 there is some extra things are given, that is as a supplementary material in week 4 apart from the
Okay.
usual class. So whether that will be also be a part of exam, I think, but the syllabus will be there. And the last one is last semester also I attended NPTEL exam as well. So there after the before the exam, after the week, for example 8 weeks or 12, I did 12-week course. So after 12th week we had one more week where we are going to have revision time. So are we going to also have after 4th week? These are the things. Thank you.
Ah. So the first two questions regarding whether something is going to come for the exam or not, or what version should you follow for pandas, please ask on the discussion forum, right? Again, we don't know how the exam patterns, who is setting the paper, who is evaluating it, etc. We have no idea about it. Regarding the third question that you asked, uh, I wanted to ask that today itself. So see, we have been asked to take 4 sessions, but your fourth exercise, that is fourth week quiz, is due on 20th August, right? So we can't discuss the solutions on 18th. 18th is I think the that Monday, right? So we can have one more session post the week 4 assignment, whichever the Monday comes after this. We'll discuss week 4 assignment answers and any general doubts, right? So in case you want it, so if you want it, let me know because we have to request NPTEL in that format.
So now the request we should post in the uh,
Request, I will
question.
request. I will
Sir,
request for the
for you also. So how are we going to communicate to you that we need the class?
Just chat. You can just chat that if at least some 5, 6 people request. I mean, if you want it, we can have it. Not a problem.
Yes, sir. We want it. We desperately want it.
Yeah, surely, sir. Especially a
Okay.
revision session. Means some
Yeah,
doubt
exactly.
clarification session. Saying
Exactly. Yeah.
revision, no?
So
We will
yeah,
be
yeah.
having
So
some.
so
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
yeah. So we'll basically do the week 4 assignment answers completely and basically any the whole syllabus doubts whatever you have, right? So we can have that. Not a problem. Okay. Fine. So then I'll request NPTEL to have one more session after the 4th session also. So today's 3rd session, 13th. Oh, the 13th is the next session. 20th will be the uh this one, right? Okay. Fine. So we'll have one more. Like, okay. Anything else? So regarding the plotting functions, I think that's the only thing that's pending in some sense.
Sir, could you tell
Yeah.
me
Go ahead.
how to insert a new column into the data set?
Into a data frame.
To the data frame, I want to insert a new column along
New
with the
new
values.
column.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Yes. So for example, let's say, so what that means is that you have a set of values with you in some list format or whatever, where you can map with exact in that same order. For example, let's say for this customer ID, you want to add some more information, but you have it's exactly in that particular format. Then let's say I was going to add addresses, right? Um, and I will just, uh, you know, uh, yeah, let's just say uh, India, India, yeah, right? So let's just see length of addresses. So we have a list of 257 values that we want to add as a column in this data frame. Then what you will do is very simple. df of address is equal to addresses. That's it. Right? And you can see df now, data frame, last column will be address. Okay.
What about the
So you can add it
insert
in this
function,
format.
insert method? Insert method. Actually, it was discussed in the class, but it was somewhat difficult to understand, sir.
Insert method. Okay. So
Uh,
I have also not used insert method. df.insert is it? Is that what was discussed?
yes, sir.
Insert
Insert.
column. Okay. Location. Column is the name of the column. Value is the list of values. Okay, fine. So, yeah. So same thing here. For example, let's say, see, when you do this, okay. So 1 second. Did you understand this one?
Yes, sir. This is quite common. No? We are adding.
Straightforward. Okay.
Yes,
Huh.
sir.
So now let's say if you wanted to insert a column that way, then you'll have df.insert, and then this LOC tells you where you want to put the column. Now here by default it adds it at the end, right? For example, let's say you wanted to add it at the middle. Let's say after the first column here. So let's say I would say 1, right? Insert whatever so this basically means that whatever I'm going to ask you to insert at the location 1. So it's basically the second column. Then the name of the column, that's address. Let's say 1, right? And then the values that you want to put here, right? So it's addresses. I think this should work. So df, yeah, right? So basically, this is the name that you were using. Here you were using it in this form, right? What the values are that you will put it here, and then the location, if you want it to come beginning or middle somewhere and so on. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, one more question.
Yeah,
How to use the apply to fill all the values column wise?
apply to fill
Apply function to fill all the null values column wise.
column
Apply
wise.
function, sir. Apply. Very
But
popular
apply
function in Python. Hmm.
But why will you use apply? You have a fill this one, right?
Sir, instead of filling column wise, only single column at a time, if I want to fill all the null values in a data frame column wise, then the apply is
Yeah,
you. Do you? Uh,
so fill NA has a support for that also. So see, fill NA has a lot of complex stuff it can support, by the way. So here you can see that this value can be a dictionary, a series, a data frame, and so on. So let's say if you want column wise, you can provide the in this dictionary, you can provide the column name and what value you want to be filled in that column. So uh, here, for example, um, we saw that a couple of things were not null, had null, right? Monthly charges and senior citizen. Okay. No. Monthly charges and yeah, senior citizen. Okay. So um, monthly charges, that is null. That's some. The 10 values are missing and senior citizens. See. So fibers are missing. So then what I can do is df.fill NA. Then I can provide something like this monthly charges. Let's say I will put 100.0 and senior citizen. Let's say by default, I would say it's it's 0, 1. Okay, right. Okay, it's not in place. So let's do in place equals to. So then let's run this thing again. Right. So you see that here. Who's the one who asked the question?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you. I'm following you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can use in this way you can fill for every column one value separately, right? Um, I this apply thing I'm not exactly sure though how to use that to do this. Column wise is it? So for apply, um, but then you will need access it to. No. Which column you are in? Yeah, no, I'm not clear exactly how that would work. But I think Fill does the job well, right? So you can do that.
Apply is actually discussed in the lecture, sir, but it is somewhat difficult to understand. So just have a discussion on that. So I raised this question.
Okay, so let's do one thing. I'll go through the lectures and see how they have done it, and then we can have a clear discussion next week. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So I have two things pending. One is this ID thing, and I'll get back on the apply method for filling NA. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're out of time, but any last anything else?
No, sir. Thank you. It is a
Uh,
great session, sir. Interactive session.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you found useful. Okay, so next week we'll meet, same time and same link. Um,
I think, sir,
and
13th it is a schedule again. Next lecture.
13th. No, next Monday. I'm not sure why. What
We
is
got a
13th
link from
August?
NPTEL for 13th, sir.
So that will be the other TA then. So because there are two TAs, two TAs who are helping with the doubt clarification sessions, right? So mine is on Mondays, and the other TA does it on the next, I guess, session is on 13th August, right? So
Yes, yes.
you can ask them also whatever doubts you have and stuff like that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So my session will be next Monday. Same link and same time. Okay. See you all then. Okay. So we'll stop the meeting now. Chalo. Thanks. See you. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, in the NPTEL link it is not possible to locate the Teams invitation. It's like given bit.li and cs104 Raj, which is not able to locate the Teams invite. So most of the people are not able to join the interaction. Problem session, they are not able to join because of that.
Sorry,
That is my
sorry,
problem
what
also.
what is the issue?
Yeah, the issue is about the link of the problem session reminder.
Okay.
Yeah, so because of that link, most of the time the browsers are not able to locate this session, and because of that, some of the people are not able to join. So that's also multiple times in discussion forums, and some of my friends are also affected by that. So could you like change the link for next time?
Uh, but it's handled by Bitly. I think everything was because last session the so Monday the last to last session 200 people joined this link. Um, so I know one person had an issue, but I didn't know it's as large as this. So we'll do one thing, Nishkash. So let's uh, can you guys at least send me an email personally, at least like how many people have the issue? Uh, because if it is not a large number, then I think it may be something to do at the device end, no?
That can be possible, but today also I had problems. So I just had to go through my history of last 2 week session. Then I was able to join this session. Otherwise, I was also not able to with that link.
Okay. Hmm. ठीक है, let me check if something is wrong at the Bitly side.
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir. Can I get
yeah.
your email address? I need to talk like in
Oh,
next
okay,
week
yeah, yeah, sure.
something.
So you can take down the email address. You can just email me on this, and let's see, Um,
Oh,
okay. Um, yeah, we'll fix this
yeah,
issue also by
thank you.
next session. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very
Okay,
much,
chalo.
sir.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. We'll meet next Monday. Yeah. Okay. Bye.